Yes, hi, I know. It's always exciting. Always exciting. Okay, hey there. This is going to get a little weird for a second because I got to kind of move around here. But hey, it's Reba Haas from Team Reba, Remax Metro East Side. You're going to see some animals in the background as I am leaving my house to do some of my limited essential duties. I got a property to go show down in South Prairie, Washington. So heading out to go take care of some customers. Also got done putting a couple of radio shows together this morning, as well as doing a follow-up inspection for a client. So a lot of stuff happening here. I don't have Eric with me today because we were just at the radio programming. So he is on his way back to his office, and I am on my way back into my car, as you can tell, because I'm running from place to place. So you can see we are staying pretty darn busy here. So what I want to cover just real quick is what we are seeing in the marketplace. Lots of activity, lots of multiple offers still happening, especially in the lower price points and suburban areas. And even also in the city in the lower price points, particularly in some condos, if it's a great condo situation. So with that, what can we recommend? Well, what we can recommend right now is making sure you're pre-approved. I had a couple situations come up this week that I just want to kind of point out where people were asking us to get into properties without really being ready to buy. And hey Jeff, how you doing? So I want to just make sure that it's very clear that with the limited foams, but with that, there comes responsibilities. And so part of it to following, the requirements around how showings are supposed to be conducted and inspections and whatnot, which is actually pretty difficult. I want to say, we did a show last week, and my clients, because we were trying to time a bunch of different things, they showed up kind of unannounced. We were supposed to just have me and the inspector there, and they just walked in. And so I didn't have any control over that specifically at that moment because I hadn't seen them before the inspection got started, and was distracted by doing this, unfortunately. So sometimes those situations arise. Thankfully, they were keeping their social distancing. However, there are guidelines that the Northwest Multiple and the state have put out that they want us doing. And I'm not wearing this beautiful scarf just for fashion purposes. It's meant to be part of a guard because I don't have masks yet. Haven't been able to find any. And I also don't want to take away from the supply needed for our medical professionals right now and the frontline responders. But we do have our COVID kits, which include sanitary wipes, hand sanitizer, gloves, and other things that are necessary for doing these showings. We wipe down after every one of these. But I just want to remind you, as we do showings or inspections, we're only allowed to have one person in the property at a time. So if you're asking your real estate professional and someone like me to take you out to look at property, please don't bring the whole family. We can't have everybody there. Normally, like if we have families with kids and things like that, they're welcome to come. But in this instance, and what's going on right now, we just can't. We just can't do that, and we're not allowed to. So we're just going to ask for your help in making sure that we follow the rules, because the last thing we also want to have happen is that somebody gets upset that the rules were not followed. And first of all, we don't need agents coming after each other because that's kind of ridiculous. But just in general, the thing is if you're asking to go into someone's house, it's a stranger to you. And you should only be going if you have the actual ability to purchase. This is not the time to be a looky-loo. If you want to be looky-loo, look online all you like. Knock yourself out with the online viewings. But if you're going to go out, because here's the thing that a bunch of us very responsible real estate agents are requiring on our listings, we have to show that you are pre-approved, okay? We need to show that you have spoken to a lender, that you have been pre-qualified and pre-approved, and should you decide you want to put an offer in on that property, that you have the capability to do so. Because otherwise, you're just a stranger coming into someone's house. Some of these agent remarks that are not open to the public are saying things such as, there is someone with an autoimmune issue in that household. And so they need to make sure that we're following things. And let me also just point out too, if a house is occupied, that person has to go somewhere. Everyone's at stay-at-home order for the most part. Unless they're an essential worker, they're at home right now. So if you're asking someone to be displaced, it's not like 2 months ago where they could just go down the street to Starbucks or somewhere and hang out, or they can't go spend the afternoon for an open house and go to the movies. Like, things have changed. And so we need to really ask for your help and collaboration during times like this, because everyone thinks that house hunting is fun. And I got to tell you, it's not. It's not fun. It is a slog. And if what you're doing is to use professionals and strangers to go and have enjoyment right now, that is 100% irresponsible actions. And we need to have people being responsible, following the rules, being thoughtful about which homes they're going to look at and why. If you're just sitting at home and trying to figure out your wants and needs list, I can sit in a conversation or a Zoom call with somebody and do a whole series. I mean, I've been teaching these classes for 17 years about how to do the critical thinking. Because here's the thing, when people start just getting online and only looking at the pretty pictures and whatnot, they're really actually not putting their critical thinking cap on. Because I use this kind of criteria of questioning all the time. I'll ask people how many beds and baths. And then I start asking, well, how do you live? You know, are you asking for those number of baths because it's a convenience? Is it because you have guests? Is it because you have someone else who may come live with you? What are the things, like how long are you going to live in this house? And it's not just the numbers of beds and baths. What's the layout? How many butts do you need in the kitchen? You know, do you have a lot of people who cook, or is there one person who cooks? Do you do a lot of entertaining or have a lot of family gatherings? Commute is another one that a lot of people need to be considering. And right now is a good time if you want to go test the commute times. Best traffic ever, of course. I'm not necessarily let's go clog the streets up, but if you are considering areas, go check those tests and commutes. Don't wait till you get a house under contract. Go figure out the neighborhoods and areas that you like. And as an example, the clients that I'm on my way to South Prairie to meet right now, because the husband works for the military and could be deployed at any minute, well, the wife really cares about the neighborhood and wants to be very confident and comfortable if she's there for a long period of time on her own, that she feels safe. And so what I had to tell her was like, well, we're not going to just slog from house to house to house just to have you like knock them off by doing a drive around. Like, why don't you drive around first, and then let's really hyper focus on the neighborhoods that you super like. And then we have a much better chance of success over time, right? And then also thinking about design, quality. Another thing they kept looking at is a lot of older homes and their VA. So we have to have a lot of considerations about what that means. So understanding your lending and the restrictions that could come with it is also super important. So, hey, Roger, Randy, JR, hey, how you doing? Pearl, Jim, hey guys, thanks for coming in. But a lot of things to consider. But again, like I said at the beginning of this, if you are in the market, please go check your credit first. Annualcreditreport.com is the legal website to go to get your credit reports. You can also buy your FICO scores while you're there if you want. And then talk to your lender. Really critical to talk to lenders right now because a lot of loan programs are going away right now. So if you need some specialized types of loans, they may or may not be available to you. And especially jumbo loans, if you're in the higher price points, above about a $741,000 loan value, you definitely want to be checking with the lenders that are out there to make sure that they have that product available. I'm also hearing that constructions, like new construction loans, are having some restrictions on them now. A lot of people getting out of the marketplace. So, and if you have been pre-approved and that is 30 or more days old, heck, I would almost say 15 or more days old, get back in touch with your lender. because things are changing at a rapid pace. This is not far different from 2008, where we were, we're still getting 120, underwriting guideline changes a month, but now we have loan product changing weekly. So you really, really, really need to be on top of it. You need to be working with a lender who knows what's going on and is paying attention, okay? If you need help with any of that, let us know. You can always get a hold of me at info@teamreba.com. But like I said, I'm whipping down to this place in South Prairie because we already decided to forego the one in Puyallup because it already has an offer on it. 1 day on market. We had an offer last night. 1 day on market. We missed out on it. There were already 2 other offers in place. The 500 and under price point is very, very busy right now. And if your place is in good condition, it's probably going to get an offer. So for you people who are considering selling right now, a lot of buyers out there. I can tell you that for sure. And if they've been checked out in advance and have their pre-approvals, you got a good agent making sure all that stuff's done, it can go pretty smoothly for you. So anyway, but make sure you're always doing due diligence. Make sure you get your inspections. I will remind people, you might want to know what's down in your sewer line. We just got done with an inspection this morning that we're having to have some stuff bid out for sewer line, as well as some other plumbing issues, masonry. If you got ivy on your house, get it the heck off and get it fixed. Because the masonry quote alone is extensive. Because that ivy clings onto the property, and when you pull it off, it rips the grout along with it. So the tuck pointing can be extensive. So anyway, we've got a lot of things going on, as you can tell, and just trying to share what's going on. Like I said, Eric and I did put 2 new shows together today, and then we will be doing another one of these on Friday where he can give you a market update about what's going on in the lending side. And if you have anything you need in the meantime, feel free to reach out to me here, post questions, let me know topics you want us to cover, and you can always get a hold of me. My cell is 206-910-3429. Call, text, or send me an email at info@teamreba.com. All right, take care, you guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.